Hello, welcome to So Basic with a Little Extra. My name is Anna Zagari, and I am your host and your holistic coach. So today we are going to have a basic question for you. How salty are you? I've heard this term being used to describe, people that are not very nice or that are in a bad mood, like, oh, she's so salty. And but I'm here to kind of like let's spin it around. Let's give it another way to think about salt. I want to share with you this Bible verse. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it make salty again? It's no longer good for anything. Ouch. So, do we want to be salty or not? Here is the real question, right? I love it how the Bible says it, that we have to be the salt of the earth, because salt gives flavor, right? What is the first thing that we put on our food? Salt. To flavor, to bring out the flavors. I love it that in a good steak you put salt in it and you get that flavoring. I love my eggs with salt. Yeah, I eat a lot of boiled eggs with salt and lime. Just name it. Salt is a necessary component, not only for cooking, but in our bodies. I have a few statements here that it is very important because salt filters, inside our body. It serves as a filter. It also helps our kidneys, and it's electrolytes that helps us balance when we drink it with water or put a little bit on our water. It creates this osmosis reaction in our body. So that's why it's also very important now, our intake of salt. But also, what happens when you take too much salt? Don't you get like puffy and you get a lot of inflammation? Some people get their blood pressure goes pretty high. So it's a very good recommendation from doctors not to use a lot of salt, right? So we dive into this like, do we or do we not use salt? So everything, it has to be with moderation. And you have heard me talk about sugar, like how important it is to be aware of intake of sugar, but salt is very important as well. So another good point to look at salt, it's like in Leviticus 2:13, it talks about how salt is compared with celery. And I've heard that back in the day, salt was a way of payment. So that's how valuable salt was. So it's important that we take this with a grain of salt. You see what I did there? I cracked myself up. But anyway, so it's very important that we are aware not only the salt in our body, but the salt in the way that we behave, because we do want to be salt. We want to flavor everywhere where we go. There you say, oh, that comes that person that brings joy, and not that girl that's so salty, right? So we want to do that. And one of the things that has helped me to be aware and help me with that saltiness that I bring in with my spirit, it's journaling. Yes. So here's a little tip. So pull out your journal, and I want to invite you to write down a time where you struggle. how, it could be in the place of work, with your family, a personal matter. Just write it down, how difficult you struggle with that thing, but also how you came out of it. So write it down, be mindful, kind of work through the process of like, yeah, that seemed really difficult at the beginning. And then it was really hard when I went through it, but I came out on the other side. So after you read it, you write it, you read it once. And if it's possible for you, read it out loud, for the second time. I want you use it as an evidence that you came out of that struggle with something good. And you put that thinking of like, this is my payment, remember, like, this is salt right here. This is like how I got paid for that struggle, and it's so valuable, and I have the evidence. And just come back to that writing and think you can do it with several examples. You can do it several times, but this journaling exercise will help you to just kind of be aware and be intentional about like, how important was this thing for me? What did I do, during that time? Did I sleep well? Did I eat a lot? Did I just kind of pull out from, having interaction with others? Just look at all the things that you did during that time. Maybe you can reframe them now, because you're gonna still have difficult situations, right? But also, how did you came out of that? What did you accomplish after that setback or that struggle? And from there, just you can use one word to describe it, like triumphant, or I came out free, or I came out with a better attitude, or I learned something else about myself, or I created a new habit. Whatever the thing was, and you see the result, and that evidence is going to help you to set your mind on just how to create, or how to be more salt in the world, because we really need it. And I hope this really quick and short prompt for journaling helps you just to be more salt out there, and sprinkle a little bit of more flavor around you. Thank you so much. And remember, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go farther, give me a call. I would love to be your companion and help you out as a coach, and encourage you and help you in your journaling as you learn more about yourself, and how to be more salt in the world. Thank you so much. And don't forget to love Jesus, obey Jesus, and tell everyone about him. Till next time. Bye.